know how,
Perfect.
but that was the how I got it to know.
Okay, perfect. And can you present yourself for us, please? Tell us your age, where you live, what you do in your life, and things like that, please.
Yes, of course. So my name is Annelise. I am 21 years old. I live in Paraná, okay, and I work for a technology company. So English is really important for us. I have contact every day actually with the team from India that we work with. And I've been studying English for 6 years now, but I have a lot to learn yet. That's it, I think.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, I will explain a little bit about TNT. Okay, here we are just a group to talk, to practice. We are not a class, we haven't teachers here, so you can just talk, and if you wanna, you can ask for help when you are not understanding something, you know, and things like that. But the word is the word the expression is we are here just to talk. Okay, we are here just to practice our vocabulary and to increase it. And now I'm creating the rooms here. We are in 11 people, so we can't stay at the same room. So we create small rooms, breakout rooms to the people talk better, you know. And you, as your first time, you will be here in the main room with me. Okay, so
Okay.
in the next times I will put in the other room. So just a minute, guys, I'm creating. Okay, guys, the rooms. Oh yeah, thank you. I always forget the questions. Okay, the questions are in the chat. Here on TNT, on Zoom, you can see a button on your screen called help button. And if you have some problems, some troubles, just press this button. I will help you, okay? And for those that are not seeing the invitation in the screen, you will be here in the main room with me, okay? So have a nice conversation, enjoy it, and see ya, guys. Okay, here in the main room, we'll be with Mariana, Jessica, and Elise. Perfect. Girls, let's start with presentations, okay? Elise already have presented herself for us, so I will present myself, and then I will choose someone else to go ahead, okay? Well, my name is Marcos. I am 20 years old. I am a law student. I live in São Paulo. I love coffee. I love cats. Let me think about it. And I am a host here on TNT. I think that's all. Jessica, can you go?
Sure. Hi, everyone. My name is Jessica. I am 27 years old. I live in São Paulo. Well, I studied at communication area. I did radio, TV, and internet. But I am also a singer. I have a metal band. Fun fact, maybe. Which is Rise of the Dawn. If you want to know us, you can search Rise of the Dawn on YouTube. Little merchandising here, sorry. But I think that's all. And I'm training to be hostess on TNT, but in Spanish. That's all. Mariana, can you introduce yourself first?
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mariana. I'm 25 years old, and for me, it's a pleasure to be here to practice my English and my speaking skill, especially. And I'm here on TNT since July, and that's it.
Perfect. Thank you all for introducing yourselves for us. And okay, let's start the conversation today. The first question, remembering the subject is structural racism, so all the questions have relation with this subject. The first question is, have you ever experienced an explicit moment of structural racism in your life? I don't know how you can talk about this, but you can use examples of work, of school, of college, of your family, of your relationships, you know. it's open, so just be creative. Let me check. Annelise, can you start answering this question for us, please?
Yes, sure. I actually never realized how structural racism is so, I don't know the word to say, it's like in our country. But recently I have been paying attention in the place that I work. And I think I'm going to say funny, but it's not really funny because there is like a team that they just have white young men. And this, for me, it's very, very weird. And they dress the same way, they look the same way, they speak the same way. And this is really weird for me. So I think that's an example.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for sharing with us. And Mariana, how about you?
I one time I was on the bus, and I saw the woman change her place because the another woman is black, you know, and she didn't disfarçate it. She simply up and changed her place. It was very rude, you know, and that I remember it was that time. And about you, Jessica?
Well, I think the first place that I noticed this kind of situation was in school, but stronger in college because we had a few number of Black students. So I think it's a strong example of structural racism in our routine. That's it.
Yeah, and you can realize that when you see that the population of Brazil is, I forgot the word, but a majority of the population is Black people, and they are not in the university, you know. So this is a real example about racial, structural racism, and all the favelas, the ghettos here in Brazil. The majority of people there are the Black people, you know. So you can realize that it's very hard.
The question of access.
Yeah, exactly. Like the video. Okay, girl. So let's go to the question number 2. Mariana, can you read and start answering for us, please?
Sure. Have you ever had racist thoughts? How can you explain this? Yes, I ever had, but didn't was with the skin or other kind, but it was specific with men because when I was working at night, I arrived at home too dark. And for me, I didn't see a man in the street that I run to change my side of the street, you know. And for me, that is the situation. I don't remember another, but for me, it's the most frequently, you know.
Yeah, it happens to me too. And Jessica, how about you?
Yes, I had. Unfortunately, we grow up in this structure, in this racist society. So I can remember a situation. I was waiting for enter on the bus. I don't know the better expression, and I saw a girl with a big black hair. I don't know, it's really, really big. I never saw that type of hair, really, really big. And I stopped and I realized that I was thinking about her hair, and I wouldn't I couldn't do it if was a large hair, but straight. I don't know the word, you know. If it was another person, I wasn't. I I couldn't stop to think about the hair of that person. You know, I don't know if I could explain myself, but it was a racist thought at that moment. So I'm trying to change. That's it.
Perfect. And Annelise, please.
I can't remember a situation besides changing the street that I think that everyone already did that at least once. But I think I think it's very weird that I'm just thinking about this topic recently, you know, because as a black girl growing up, my parents never talked about this. So I think I had a lot of racist thoughts growing up, but I just now that I'm seeing clearly, you know, that who I am and that I'm also a part of this, you know.
Yes, and even for Black people, it's common to grow up on these structural racism here in Brazil. You know, it's hard even for these people because they need to realize that, oh my God, who I am, where I came from, you know, how are my origins and things like that, to really understand why they can't be racist. You know, so that is. And I, like Jessica have said, Brazil unfortunately have this structure in our relations. So I think every people that born here in Brazil grow up with this kind of feeling, this kind of mentality. So they have just to study and to know more about to deal with it, you know. But unfortunately, I think everyone have ever had this kind of feelings of fogs, that's it. So now let's go, girls, to the question number 3. Do you know what racial profiling is? That's a good question. Someone here already know? Okay, here's racial profiling is a way that you can consider the type of people that you can allow access in some place. For an example, in the airplanes, when you are in the airplanes and you are part of a company and you are just not allowing Muslim people to go to the airplane because they are Muslim. You know, this is kind of racial profiling, and this happens, and this is legal. Okay, this is not illegal. The companies can do that, and they do, especially in some countries like United States, because of the terrorism and things like that. So the companies have this kind of behavior. You know, they can don't allow the Muslim people go to their airplanes, and this also happens with every people that you can consider a suspect. You know, so especially in the airplanes, they do this. And knowing what is racial profiling, we can just adjust this question, and I will ask for you, what do you think about this? Mariana, what do you think about racial profiling?
It's awful, you know, because in the airports they have that machines the people pass through, and if we wear something, I don't know, illegal of metal, the machine do the sound, and this is enough to detect if the people carry something dangerous or something illegal, you know. And now to judge and forbidding the person to get in on the plane, it's absurd, you know. It's shockant too, you know. And I don't know, it's very grave, you know.
Yes, it's hard to deal with it and to understand how the people can do that, you know. Oh my God, how and I noticed an example, a real example in the last days. I'm a member of a group of migrations here in my university, so we just help the poor people and the I forgot the word refugiado. Refugiado, this kind of people, we just help this kind of people. And in the Afghanistan, they are passing for some troubles because of the United States leave the territory and the terrorists take the control. So we have a group of three I don't know how to say Afghans there, and these Afghans are trying to go to Brazil to be more safe because we have a embaixada there. So we just helped these three guys to buy the tickets to be legal to just fly to Brazil, but the company that is Qatar Airlines doesn't allow these three guys to travel just because they consider they suspects like terrorists and things like that. So we just posted in the social medias. We just claimed the media to this case, and now they posted a note and things like that, you know, asking for sorry and allowing now the guys to travel. I will share to you the two girls the post. I will just search here. And Annelise, how about you? What do you think is racial profiling?
Oh, I think it's very sad, and after the story that you told, I think it's even more, because I was not so, I don't know a lot of cases, but talking with you, I think it's horrible. I put myself in this position. If I ever gone through a situation like this, it would be horrible for me, horrible for my family. And I think it's a really, like, I was going to say human, like hurt humans, right? You know?
Yes, of course. And girls, I will send to you the link of the post on Instagram that is noticing about the guys, and are not three guys, are four guys. We have one more. So just see this because it's a little bit strange. And also the link of the answer of the company, the Qatar Airlines. That's it. And Jessica, I don't know if you already know about the expression now you want to talk about, or we can just go to the next question.
No, I got it. I didn't understand a word that you said in Muslim in the airport. I couldn't
Yeah,
understand that.
Muslim are Islamic people.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of
Sorry.
muçulmano.
Oh, okay. So no, now I got. It's terrible. It's terrible because in the same way you are in your country, you can judge another one just because of the skin. I don't know. The other the characters. You can be judged in other countries because of the stereotypes and etc. You know, so it's doesn't make sense at all. We have to treat each other with respect. That's all. So if you don't know someone, don't judge. So unfortunately, it's something dangerous, you know, when you explained some situations, and because we had violent episodes, for example, we can I don't know an expression. I can't explain this, but it in resume, it's awful. It's awful. It's terrible. So we need to fight against it. Studying in, I don't know.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you for sharing your answer with us. And now we are going to the question number 5. And Jessica, please, can you read for us and start answering the 5 question?
Sure. Number 5. Is racial profiling okay if it leads to a reduction in crimes? It's never okay. I think it's something about, I don't know how I can explain this. It's not a fact, it's not something that you can, I don't know the name of the word palpable. I don't know. It's not something that exists. It's something in the mind. It's something, it's a thought, it's a prejudice. So how can I have an argument based on this, So the answer is no. So, Annelise, what do you think about it?
Of course not. I think like security mechanisms are really important, but the way we do that is just horrible. I think, for example, if I come to another country looking like dangerous and not real, maybe I will be the target. So I always try to put myself in the position to think about it, because I think it's very easy for us to think the way we were raised, like you said in the beginning, we grew up by thinking like this, but no, I don't think it's okay. I think we should create a more human security mechanisms, just don't hurt people like that, don't judge by how we look like.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think it's a kind of mechanism for just to keep the white people above us, because they are in the control of the situation. So why they have the power to keep going with this kind of mechanism, So I totally agree with you. And Mariana, how about you?
Yes, I agree with you, girls, and Marcos. I think no too, and because if the person breaks the law, he has to be held responsible, And our system, our laws, it was fail, so it's difficult to answer this question, because there are many things to discuss about the laws, and for kind of people they are made, and it's so complex. It's a complex question.
Okay, thank you all for sharing your answers. And let's go to the next question. That is a question number 6, and it's a very interesting question. I really like this question. How would you explain structural racism to a child? Okay, so please think that you are explaining to your little brother, little sister, and he or she have just 7 or 8 years. Use usual words and a common vocabulary to explain this, please. Jessica, can you do that?
I think I already answered in the Spanish.
Yeah.
It was something like just look around when you are at school. Can you see Black colleagues in your room, in your classroom? I think it's something very I don't know, it's clear in real life, in the routine you can see. Or I don't know, you are in a I don't know the name in English. Empresa. I don't know the name in English. You are there.
Or company.
Company. Thank you. You are there and just look around. Who is who are the manager? Who are the employers? And is there a Black people commanding these companies? Something like this. These questions can lead a child's gaze, to this racist structure.
Perfect, thank you. And about you, Mariana, how can you explain that for a child?
Probably I will to draw because I don't know how to use the words correctly in English. But I would can try to say be respectful, be kind, be gentle, because we are like equals, you know. We all have dreams and plans, and don't hurt anybody who who live in the world around us, you know. I think something like that.
Perfect, thank you. And how about you, Annelise?
Well, I would say that unfortunately, in the past, people did really bad things to people that look different. So right now, we are like paying the consequences, and for us, is very hard to have the same opportunities that these other people have. Much easier.
Perfect. Now we can see that we can explain this for a child using the past, how like Annelise have said, you know, just look to the past and see what the white people have did to the black people. And we can do this using the present, like Jessica have said. It's just kind of look around, turn on the TV, you know, look the president, look the governors, look the important people on TV. The majority is white, and this is not I forgot the word. But yeah, it's clearly that the majority is white people. So just look around and you will understand the structural racism. I am totally with you guys about this. Oh, I said guys, but we don't have guys here. It's because guys and girls, it's a little bit equal. Okay, so let's go to the question number 7. And Elise, now you can read and start answering for us, please.
Can you give an example of structural racism that is not aimed at Black people? First of all, I'm not sure if I understand the question. Aimed at Black people, it would be the like structural racism that people that are not Black suffer, like
exactly. It's like
refugees.
It's like an example of structural racism that is not dirigido to Black people, you know, não é direcionado para eles.
Okay, so we were talking about the refugees. I think it's example. I don't know how to say indigenous, but I think
native. You can use native people or indigenous people.
Okay, so native people. I think here in Brazil we still have a lot of that. I think these two that I can remember.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. And yes, we have a lot of examples about structural racism that is not aimed at Black people. I told you an example that is the racism with the Muslim people. You know, racism is not only about color of the skin. It's just a type of discrimination with a group, with a people that are a group. You know, so when you are talking badly about Japanese people, Chinese people, Muslim people, you are practicing some racism. And Jessica, you have more examples to talk about?
No, I was exactly thinking about immigrants and indigenous people too. I don't know other examples. Sorry.
No problem. Mariana?
Yes, I was to say about us Brazilians while we are in travel around the world. Some people can see us and judge us about we are Brazilians, you know. I think that's it, but I don't know if this kind are to people homosexual too, or just the the black people or Japanese, or you know. But I think all the groups in a way suffer with these judgments, you know.
Yes, we have a lot of discrimination. Structural racism is just one example of discrimination. We have a lot, unfortunately. And I was trying to say something, but now I forgot. My memory is like a fish memory. So just go to the question number 8. I will try to remember what I want to say. And okay, the question number, I think everyone here already read the questions. So I will keep going. Question number 8. What do you think of ancient authors with racist works? Example, Gratia, Monteiro Lobato. Should we stop consuming this content? I don't know if you understand the question, but it's talking about the content of old people, you know, like Monteiro Lobato and some racist works. I'm trying to remember another examples, but we can use also Platão. Platão have some discrimination works, but we are talking about the medium age, you know, I don't know, Platão, pré-socrático. It's a long time ago, but he actually in this time, the escravidão was allowed, you know, and it was not only for black people, but for foreigners, for women. So that's what I'm trying to talk. But talking about the ancient authors, do you think we should stop consuming this content? We can separate the work from the artist. What do you think about it? And Annelise, can you start answering for us, please?
Sure. I don't really have an answer to that question. First, because I didn't read, and second, because I really don't have an opinion of that. I have to think about it, because I think it can be very offensive. I'm sure of this, but I don't know if we should really stop to reading. I would like to hear your opinion on that, because I don't know.
Perfect, thank you. Mariana?
Actually, it's a long time that I didn't hear about Monteiro Lobato, but in 3 days ago, I think, I saw a post on Instagram. The people was critiquing the us Brazilian to celebrate the Halloween and not the folklore, you know, because I don't remember the date, but when I was a kid, we celebrated folklore. We draw the saci, we draw the characters of the folklore, you know. And I don't know, I was thinking about this, how we forgot about our some characters, some things about our culture, you know. And I don't know. Now I'm thinking about all of this, you know.
Yes, actually the works, the art in general, it's kind of a priority to white people in general. And I'm talking about, for an example, Machado de Assis, when the people told to us, oh my God, he's white, he's not black. And the historical facts brought to us that he's not white and he is black. Is an example of successful black people in the past that was I don't know, something hard to do, you know. And also we have Carolina Maria de Jesus. But the question is talking about the the works of these old artists, old people that are racist or homophobics. And I don't know about another examples, but I remember the example of Machado de Assis, no, Monteiro Lobato. He have some works that make some kind of jokes about black people, you know, some fun, some piadas de mau gosto. I'm not, I don't know how to say this in English, but he done it, and that was the most recently discussion about this. That was I brought this to us. And Jessica, what about you? What do you think about it?
We have another example of this. It's not so far from us. I had the opportunity to watch a Native woman talking about Macunaíma. It's an example of this because Mário de Andrade said that an indigenous child, man, well, I didn't read the book, but what I know about this, and he was an example of a lazy person, and a Brazilian example of a lazy person, for example. It's a prejudice, you know, and we know this this book is very famous. So I think it's for the very first time I wake up to this this problem, you know, the reading. It's read and say, read and criticize and say, hey guys, this is an example of what they talked at that time, and this is not bad because today we change it. You know, we are changing our minds because it's not right, because it happened. We can't erase the history, unfortunately, but we can read and say what is right, what is wrong. Because if I am trying to think in a child's place, reading Sítio do Pica-Pau Amarelo, for example, as Marcos said, and reading a characters of Tia Anastasia, and say why, you know, asking herself about herself or himself, you know, about why is it happening with this person just because it's black, like me, for example. You know, it's problematic. I think we can criticize and take a look of what happened. And of course, looking for another references. I know that Monteiro Lobato is a bad idea to read today. So who can take his place? A black reference, you know. For example, we have Lima Barreto. It's a good reference of literature, Brazilian literature. So I think we can walk for this path.
Yes, I totally agree with you. I think we can change the authors that we are interested to read and to watch and to hear, you know. So we can do this. We can just change them. And I have a video that is an amazing video to you girls. So after the meeting, just watch the video. Is a series. And it's a Spanish series, actually. It is in Spanish, but I think this video have some subtitles there, and it's talking just about this question about it's my inspiring to bring this question here because it's an amazing discussion, and I don't know if this discussion have an answer. You know, I don't know if it's correct, if it's wrong. I don't know. We can just put our arguments, but the two sides have good arguments, you know. So it's a good a good point to start talking about this, and the video, it's really amazing. So enjoy this after the meeting. And let's go now to the last question for the people come back. That is the question number 9. Do you think the racism of ancient authors and books can be relativized due to the time and the culture they lived in? That's a good argument that the people told to us, the people that agree with this kind of feeling told to us. Oh my God, they are just in a time, in a period that the racism was legal, or the escravidão was legal, you know, the slavery. So what do you think about it? We can relativize this or not? Mariana.
Oh my God, you build difficult questions, Marcos.
I like this.
But I think the Jessica's answer enter good here, you know. But I think no. I think we must to break all the prejudice that to walk with in history, and to do different, to write different things, you know, to say different things that we can broke the prejudice and the all the thing that bring offenses and things rude for the other people, you know. And this is a difficult question, but that's it.
Oh my God, I really like to bring difficult questions. I like to create the discussion. So I like to have some different opinions, and it's good. It's also good to improve the English, because we are knowing about
Yes.
new things, you know. We are trying to use words that we never used. So I really like this. And Jessica, how about you? What do you think about this question?
Well, my answer is never. Never. We need to say they were wrong. End of the story. So I don't know more to add about this. That's all. I have no words to describe, because it's so wrong. If you can find someone who, if you have examples of people doing it in academy, for example, I would be very, very angry with this person, because
We have a lot.
yeah.
I have a lot. We have a lot. And this video that I shared to you girls, you will see a lot of people trying to arguing about this thing, you know. And yes, we actually have a lot of people that defends this kind of feeling, and I don't judge. I think it's a kind of opinion we can talk about, you know. It's like I have said, it's a bad thing, but I think the two sides have good arguments, you know, so we can think about it. Obviously, I don't agree with this. I don't think that we can relativize the racism in every situations, but I'm talking about the authors. I think we can try to think more about this subject. I don't know if you girls are getting my point, but Annelise, go, please.
I think what Jessica said was perfect. I totally agree with her. And I think relativize is a bad word for this. I don't think we should do that at all. But we can read just to see how things happen. Like Jessica said, we can read history, but we should learn. Okay? And I think she said about get new references. It's perfect. That's totally what we should do right now.
Yes, perfect. And I have an example that is good to talk about this in the past, you know, in the Greek, in Roma, Antiga, we have the authors. Actually, in these cities, these countries in the past, the women are, for example, the women are not citizen. they are not kind of cidadão in the city. So the authors also keep going with the same mentality for the works, you know, in the books and the music, songs. So we can really talk about this. It's hard to understand the mentality of the author. Obviously, here in the present, it's something that we cannot relativize. But in the past, I don't know. It's hard. It's really hard, this question, even for me. And hello, everyone.
If I can add something very, very rapidly.
Yeah, go on.
The feeling that I have is, how can we handle with this question? It's a problematic question for the future if we are relativizing in the past. I think it doesn't make sense at all, you know. Today, I will discuss something that, they were right there, but now it doesn't make sense for me. So, you know, that's the feeling.
Perfect. That is the kind of question that I really like to brought here, because we don't have answers, so everyone can talk about this. I don't know, but I like it. I really like this. And welcome back, everyone. How was the conversation for you? Let me see here. Najla, are you hearing me? How was the conversation in your room?
Well, it was amazing. The questions was quite tough and pertinent, quite difficult, but pertinent. It makes us think a lot, and it's difficult because it's difficult when we talk from a place that it's not ours, you know. In my case, especially. So it was quite challenging.
Yeah, perfect for share your opinion about the questions. I have the same feeling. I really like to talk about this. And I like I have said to the gears here, I like to bring this kind of difficult subjects because it's really good to improve the English and to think more about the reality, the life, and also it's important for me, and I think for you all too. And let me see here, Gabriela, how was the conversation in your room?
It's really good. I really appreciate. I think the subject is really good. It's really important, but it's so hard to talk because I never suffer things like that. I don't have touched the feel to suffer the racism. I see my sister suffer. I see other persons suffer, but I not feel in my skin. Like I don't know what's the feeling, but I try to like to help with this because I think it's not about my case, but the other 100 other person in the day is the feeling, is the thing, and I think it's a really important subject to talk.
Perfect, thank you. And one more people, because I am curious to know what Tatiana thinks about the conversation. It's the first time that I am seeing you, because so that's why I'm curious.
Oh, no problem. I usually attend at 9 or 8 p.m. at night, but today I am
Today is holiday, so
yeah. So I am now early time, but it's a very interesting and difficult topic to talk about because it's present in my day and my family day. But it's always hard to talk about it, and in English it's a bit harder. But it's important to talk, and the people in the room are amazing. We have a good conversation, but it's a hard topic.
Perfect, you all for sharing your answers and opinions about the subject. I'll promise that I will brought some difficult topics more for us. And before we ending this meeting, I have a challenge for you. I have sent it in the chat the link of this live stream on YouTube. So the challenge is the following: access the video of this conversation on YouTube and answer the comments why illiteracy among Black people is almost triple that of white people in Brazil. For those that have not understanding, illiteracy is analphabetism. So why Black people is more illiteracy than white people here in Brazil? So what do you think about it? Tell us your opinion in the comments of the video, okay? And for today, that's all. The meeting, unfortunately, is ending. We have not more time. So it's a pleasure to have you all here. Have a good week. And that's all. See ya.
Thank
Bye.
you,
Thank you.